said earlier in the show, Wolf, that Isaiah Adams might be the star of camp so far for the Cardinals. I would submit another name, and that other name would be Will Johnson. And I honestly mean this. If you had asked me before camp who you want to be the two stars of camp, I would have said Isaiah Adams because I kept saying it. And Will Johnson would probably be the guy on defense because these guys are unknowns at the NFL level. Obviously, Will Johnson more so than Isaiah Adams because Isaiah did play a little bit last year, but you need him to be your starting right guard. Will Johnson, as it turns out, you probably need to play a lot of snaps at corner this year without Star Thomas right out of the gate.
Man, I was so impressed with some guys in the red-white practice on Saturday. But nobody impressed me more than Will Johnson. Nobody. I know that's easy to say.
You can see Will Johnson highlights all over social media, I think even on our site, if you weren't at the red and white practice.
Yes.
That's how much he stood out.
Yes, his pick of Kyler Murray was incredible. Really was. Watching him, too. It was everything that we knew about Will Johnson coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Everything about him. The fact that he plays really, really well based on he's in his own room. This takes a brain. It takes a brain to play well in his zone room. It really does. Great vision. And that vision, those eyes can never signal an incorrect message to the brain. What you see, you've got to be able to see it clearly. And what the vision is sending to the brain means everything. And his brain is really, really good for playing in his own room. Hey, can he play press man? Yeah, he can walk up and play press man. It's one of the reasons why we were so excited that the Arizona Cardinals had a shot at him, at Will Johnson. What was it, number 47?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I still can't believe it.
That's one of the things, and I don't want to question it too much because a lot of things that are out of your control have gone against the Suns and the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals over the year and against the Coyotes to the point where they don't even exist anymore. This might be some fortune that really just went the way of an Arizona sports team because if the only knock on Will Johnson was, well, he's got this knee issue or whatever it ended up being, I'm not saying that's nothing, okay? But now here we are 2 weeks into camp.
Yeah.
All these guys on the Cardinals and other teams are injured. Will Johnson's out there making plays. Everybody gets hurt in the NFL. Is that really enough of a reason to drop a guy from 12 to 47 in the draft?
Apparently.
Apparently it is. And I'm not complaining.
What was incredible about it, brothers, is the fact they were playing quarter coverage. Quarter coverage is 4 deep. It's a 4 deep zone with 3 underneath, and you're rushing 4. This is exactly the reason why people looked at Will Johnson and said, what a great, perfect scheme fit he's going to be for JG and Nick Rawlis. Because this is the kind of coverage they play, quarter coverage. And it's something that he's been really, really good in. And sure enough, there it was, the 4 deep. How do you try to attack quarter coverage? There are multiple ways you can do it, Basinonians. But when you throw the ball, the out route is where you can really attack that coverage a lot of the time.
Not the easiest route to jump either.
Not the easiest. And Will Johnson was on that, man. He was on that, and he cut in front of Zay Jones right at the end. Had the burst to do it, had the eyes first, and the messages being sent to the brain to tell him he was on. And then bingo, he went after the ball, jumped in front of Zay Jones, high-pointed it, made a great catch, brought it down, contested, brought it down for the pick. Man, this is exactly why people were looking at him saying, man, Will Johnson is a perfect fit for what JG and Nick Rawlis like to do.
Yeah, because it's sometimes it's a double-edged sword, right? When you're in training camp and you're like, oh, yeah, they picked off Kyler Murray. Like, okay, great. So Kyler's throwing interceptions. This was more of a they picked them off. It wasn't like a bad pass. It was a great play by Will Johnson.
Yes.
It was the first play when they went teams and pads when we were out there on Monday and Kyler threw the interception to Mac Wilson. It's like, that's a nice play by Mac Wilson, but that's a pass Kyler shouldn't be throwing like when the actual games start. This was just a nice play by Will Johnson, and he spoke last week. This is before the red and white practice. This is on Thursday, but he was asked where he feels the most comfortable in this defense so far.
I think really just starting to slow down a little bit. Once you start getting more reps and going against the guys full speed and start to see things, it allows you to slow things down and get a little more comfortable.
The other thing, Wolf, you said at the start of all of that, which I know wasn't your point, but just the fact that they were rushing 4. Anytime the Cardinals can rush 4, I'm happy. They can rush 4 and get something out of it. Anybody I guess can just rush 4. But if the Cardinals, if Nick Rallis feels comfortable rushing 4, that sets the stage for a better season.
Yeah, man, this is one of the reasons why we're so bullish on the Arizona Cardinals getting better in 2025, getting better offensively, of course, getting better, though, defensively specifically. When you can actually rush 4, when you can generate pressure, and it looks like the Arizona Cardinals may have some guys. Josh Sweat has changed the entire dynamic for the Arizona Cardinals. What I love about Josh Sweat, too, Basinarians, is this is a guy that is really, really good. He's really, really good, but he's not Lawrence Taylor. It's not like a team comes in and says, man, that guy out there, he's got 16 sacks on the season. He's trying to break the record going to, he's not Lawrence Taylor. So I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities to rush the passer. They're going to say, this guy, we got to be able to block this guy. Josh Sweat, we all understand, really good edge guy, typically about 8 to 10 sacks on the season. That's
maybe 2.5 in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Yeah, that was well said by you, but you get my point. It's not like they're going to say, we have to block this guy or we are done. We have no offense. And can I tell you, I was in a couple of meetings where that was said by multiple offensive coordinators. Anytime we played the Giants and Lawrence Taylor, and then, of course, Reggie White and the Philadelphia Eagles. Every time you play them, you better, if we don't block this guy, we're done. We're done. So here's our game plan to block this guy.
It's funny, that's the reaction most people will have when they see a guy, like you said, with 16 sacks, unless you're Bengals ownership, and then your reaction is just don't pay that guy.
Yeah, right. 17 and a half.
Yeah, not good enough.
Are you kidding me?
Well, what did he do
the last
before?
2 years?
Oh, also 17 and a half. Oh, well, it's still not worth it. Take that, Trey Hendrickson.
That's so good.
Here's Nick Rallis. He was asked what he's looking for from the cornerback room.
It comes down to point of attack wins, ultimately. Job of the corner is to deny the ball, and the ability to disrupt the ball, whether that's creating PBUs that can lead to takeaways or taking the ball away themselves. So, you get to see that through competitive practices. You get to see it through the preseason. And, that's something that you can gauge on where is our level at right there. And, the higher that level, the more that they can take on that stress over and over again.
Yeah, PBUs, man, pass breakups.
Yeah.
For me, passes defense, same thing.
I said this to you earlier just because I heard it twice over the weekend in 2 different places where it was just kind of thrown in on a national broadcast. Oh, the Cardinals, look out for this defense, although their secondary is a mess. The secondary doesn't look like a mess to me. I know it's just camp.
It's young.
But it's young.
Max Melton has made a couple of plays already as well in camp that made you just go, oh, boy, what are you going to become, Max?
And you don't talk about Buddha or Jalen Thompson or Garrett Williams because you already know what you're getting from them, it feels like. I know it's early for Garrett Williams, but
nobody's talking about Garrett Williams.
No.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.